Thanks for tuning in to Smoked Gator Ribeyes with Chris and Caleb Bass. And we're going to start out this demonstration by going over our brining process, and Caleb will walk you through that.
It's Caleb Bass here, okay? Now first, we already got our 8 cups of water into the pot. Now our next step would be adding 4 cups of pure apple juice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you just want to add the rest of this?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Put it right on the nuggets.
Next, 2 cups of dark brown sugar.
If at least a cup inside the bag is easier. Right. However you want to.
I'll do it this way.
Alright. Just pack it 2 tight cups.
I know. And make sure you get it down and packed, because you don't want to lose air pockets, because then you're not actually getting the real amount. So the first cup of brown sugar goes in. A lot of bubbles in there. I just gonna shake it up, get it more loose, so it's easier to come out of the bag. Make sure you get it nice and compacted. There goes in cup number 2. 2 cups of brown sugar out of the way. Now 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Now 1 tablespoon of onion powder. And this brine works with generally any kind of fish. It tastes amazing and is a very fantastic brine. Now I'll get this out of the way. And now next we have 2 tablespoons of crushed black, right here, crushed black peppercorn. Perfect. Make sure you get it crushed, because then it really brings out the succulent flavors of the black pepper. And now the 25 ounces of soy sauce. Buy a 15-ounce bottle of soy sauce, and then a 10-ounce bottle of soy sauce. So first goes in the first one. Now we couldn't find a 10-ounce, so we just got another 15-ounce, and we marked it to where generally, roughly about, to where it is about that amount. Just gonna check it. Just a good distance away. So a little more. And there we go.
Easy money.
That is how you make the perfect brine for one of these very succulent fish.
Get a little stir.
We forgot to add one of the most important things, canning / pickling salt. So how much are we using this?
A cup.
Mr. Bass? A cup? Okay.
That's my bad. I wrote that down.
Okay, now we add 1 cup
Yeah.
of this succulent stuff.
These boxes are kind of a pain.
That's fine. So you want to make sure you don't forget this, because it's a very important part, because it really helps sink into the meat that you are using particularly, and it draws out the flavor and just makes it go from 0 to hero.
And it cures the meat good too if it lasts longer in the fridge.
Yes, yeah, so it's able to last longer. Instead of lasting a couple days, it could last you anywhere from a week to a couple weeks. Yeah, a little bit more.
Oh, you're doing good.
I know. I got this.
I think so.
This little tab back here, I'll lift it up. 'Cause that should be good. Say about. No, wait, we want that.
Fill her up.
Well.
Ah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Now it goes in. The perfect salt. Now, just gotta give it a nice little stir.
Mix her in. Hey, you keep stirring that. I'll go get the cake pans laid in.
Yeah.
All right, after mixing up our brine, I like to separate them in like roughly 3 separate cake pans. A lot of people will put their fish right in the bucket with brine. I do not like my fish touching, however, because I like the brine to get even soak all the way across the fillet. And sometimes when fillets are touching, you got strips where the brine doesn't soak in as much as I would like it to.
Okay,
Right.
so now you can use really anything to put this in. Just make sure
Hold on,
it's something.
down.
What?
Be side down, homie.
Okay, yeah.
Not brine and skin.
Now you warm it down so it actually hits the meat. Okay. Now?
Now we can fit all these bricks in here.
Yeah. You know what? I'll put this one into this one. So we can fit more into this one.
It's giving you a better feeling.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it where I can fit some more into the big one. 'Cause this one, now I can fit 6 or 7 instead of just
All right.
a little amount. I think I can fit one more in there. I think that's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, the tail piece is just huge on these. So, the amount of fish we have is you got a 15-pound northern pike and roughly about a 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The 15 and 10. Should make for a good smoker load.
As you can see,
Nice
there's some
big
pretty
bricks.
thick fillets, pretty nice ones. And I'm just trying to like figure out.
How to stack them in there?
Yeah,
Oh, you can probably stack them right in between there.
for sure.
Yep. They're gonna move around anyways when I go to put them in the fridge.
Just like that.
Yeah, there you go. Just nudge her in there. It's a good home for her.
And then you go compared from looking at that to something like this.
Ooh,
It's
You're gonna
huge,
get broad size shot.
mostly.
That's a head wobbler.
Yeah, that's 1.5 to 2 inches thick. Pretty decent, nice, thick fillet. That'll fit in a little tail right here. Little 10-pounder there. And this is gonna be a job, holy crap.
Now I'm gonna put that one over here. Cause them are some big bricks.
You're right, those are some monsters.
Yeah, I'll try to stuff it in there somewhere. It'll be fine.
What I'm thinking is, get a little spit over here, push it on here.
Ooh,
There we go. That's perfect.
there we go.
Look at the size of these things, it's just insane.
You
Look at the slime dripping.
know.
Beautiful fish.
Some bricks.
Just slime dripping down on them, these things. And make sure you wash your hands before touching the meat because you don't want all of the dirty and crusty fingernail bits getting into your meat.
Exactly. Get a little bit of cleanliness. Clean hands.
You can never be too clean when handling fish. Personally, I think you'd be better off is to taking this piece out of here.
Found a home for it.
Yeah, right here.
Well, there we go. Now we're good to.
Watch this, watch this, watch this.
What?
Take this little piece.
Ooh.
and put it in there. A better home for it.
Yeah. All right. Well, now we're good to set them in the fridge. Cover these up, set them in the fridge, and let them soak anywhere from 24 to 28 hours, right in that ballpark range. Then tomorrow, make some head wobbling magic happen. All right, we've had our fish soaking in our brine for a little over 24 hours, and now the next step of our process is we like to take them and set them out to air dry, because you got the brown sugar in the brine, and you really want that to caramelize a little bit on the fillets. And since it's awfully cool out this morning, I'm gonna let them air dry right in our smoker. So let's get a start with that. Pop this up. Ooh. Oh yeah, they soaked it up good. Back. Alright, hold it up right.
Yes.
Chief. Might put some boards along the smoker so it doesn't put out my fire.
Yeah.
Ooh, that one's mine.
Little thick baby.
Scoochie little girls up there. All right, perfect. I'll just let these bad boys hang in here for about an hour or so, maybe an hour and a half, let them air dry. Then come in for the next step in our process here.
Now, since the fish has been in here for about an hour, just make sure you let it air dry for an hour so everything falls off. There's no little peppercorns on there. Now what you gotta do is get some wood chips, any kind really work, and let it sit in some hot water for about 25 minutes, half an hour. Just get it good. And then fill up your moisturizing pan with the wood chips. Now we don't want all the water in there, so let it kind of just drain. Make sure you fill it up and get it kind of packed out nice and evenly. And the reason you put it in water is to make sure that it's moist, because there's nothing worse than having just all dried out disgusting fish and just gross smoke going through the air. So now, I'm gonna smack over. As you can see, they're not soaked. They're not too soaked, so they're like the perfect wetness for this.
I'll leave the door open. You gotta fill up the moisturizing tray.
Yes, I know. Okay, so now you need to fill up the moisturizing tray, because this is a very big deal that we do. We have to do this. As I said, there's nothing worse than dried, gross fish. and about a decent sized coffee cup of water, maybe 2 units in measuring cup units, probably about 2 cups. And there you go. So, how the heck do you shut this thing? Oh, there you go. Okay.
I had to look at it for a second too, the first time I used it. Look on the side and tell me this flame's going.
Yeah, the flames are going.
Alright. I'll crank her down.
Now, as you can see, make sure you got a good flame in there. And you always got your heat here. You want to keep it between 190 and 200 degrees as long as you can around that, in that ballpark area, 190, 200 degrees.
Yeah, that's the perfect temp to keep them at. Basically, just stand around, get it to about 190, then kind of play with your dial, kind of level it off to keep between 190 and 200. You don't want them to cook too fast, that's for sure.
Because you don't want them to lose their juices.
Well, we're about 45 minutes into it. Got her about to 150 here on our way up to 190. Got the wood chips burning. Oh God, just gotta love that smell of apple wood. That smoked fish is a rolling. Well, about another hour or so, once I see that they're starting to look cooked a little bit, I'll come in and start checking them and see where they're at. But usually it's processed about 4 hours, maybe a little longer. All right, now we're getting close to the end of our smoking process, and what I like to do on some of my fillets, perhaps not all of them, some people like it just the way it is because it does have a good balance of sweet and salty with the brown sugar and apple juice and the soy sauce and the canning salt. But on some of them I like to add a little bit of pure maple syrup. So I'm just going to open this up and brush a few on some of these. Ooh, that's good stuff.
See how nice and juicy, delicious, succulent.
Can't forget succulent.
Yeah.
And get just a nice little brush on.
Does it go beautiful and glazed?
Yeah. I'll leave this middle rack as is. Get some on these tail pieces.
Yep.
That'll be good enough. I'll leave the rest of them as is. Shut her down here and maybe just let her go for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes and it'll be a done deal. Let me see if we got some head wobbling effects here at the end. All right, we're at the end here. We're gonna do our little head wobbling taste test. Caleb Bass doesn't take over on that one. Hold on, I got a glove here. I can pull the tray out so you can snag one.
Okay.
Which one do you want to try out first?
This one here.
All right, plucker, throw up on the tray. Hot?
A little bit, not too bad.
It's like a smell. They smell good.
You just see how it breaks apart, just how juicy.
Perfectly done as soon as I can slip off that skin. Take a little piece.
Wow.
Gotta throw a head wobble there. Is it good or what?
That's so good. Oh, just succulent.
Succulent.
Magical flavors ring down your throat. Oh, it's so good.
Ending it.